Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's finals of the sports quiz at Bluelearn Quiz Club. We have top five with us from the prelims, and we get started with today's quiz right away. The rules are fairly simple. All the questions are on the buzzer. There's nowhere else that the participants can answer the questions from. Camera to be on at all times. We have Yash, who's the moderator for today's quiz, and the organizer will have no control over internet issues, hassle, and other issues that may occur. You might have to miss out a question if that is so, and I won't be repeating any questions. Also, join the quiz club. We have multiple quizzes going on in season 3 of the quiz club. So we had the business quiz, tech quiz, and today is the sports quiz. Moving on, we'll have the final quiz of the season, that is the general quiz that decides the overall leaderboard, and the leaderboard gets additional prizes as well. All right, let's begin then. The first question on the buzzer will be unlocked as soon as the question is read out. If my voice breaks down, please let me know and I can repeat the question. All right, if that's the case, we can get started. The first question on your screen now. X won India's first gold medal at the 2020 Summer Olympics, Paralympics, with a score of 249.6. Okay, Arkadipto is fairly quick. What's your answer? Arkadipto, what's your answer?
Avani Lekhara.
Perfect. A good start here, a plus 100 right away. Avani Lakhara is the correct answer, and she won India's first gold medal at the Paralympics. A good answer by Arkadipta to start off with today's quiz, and I am clearing the buzzers for the next one. If all of you are ready and all of you can hear me, we can move on with the next question on the screen now. In an interview, Virat Kohli mentioned about an Indian all-rounder that I have never seen such a lost soul like him in my life. Meaning he just says anything. A few days ago, he was talking about Ash. So in a hurry, he said, Ravi Kashyap Ashwin bowls so well. He has no control on his tongue. He has a very good heart, but just says anything. Sometimes this batter is also referred as an animated animal. Who is he talking about? Ronisha has gone for this one. Ronisha, what's your answer? Ronisha, what's your
I know
answer?
your voice is cracking.
Ronisha, you can unmute and answer if you can
Is
hear
this
me.
Hardik Pandya?
Yes, the answer is indeed Hardik Pandya, and that gives you a plus 100 on this one. A plus 100 to Ronisha Yash, as she answers this correctly. The answer I was looking for was Hardik Pandya.
No.
Yes.
Now, is there a negative marking?
Yes, it's minus 100 for a wrong answer.
Okay.
All right. If you're ready for the next question, is my voice audible clearly, Yash?
No, it's cracking in between.
Okay, just give me a second. I
Try
might just
turning off your camera.
sure. Okay, now is it better?
Yeah, actually better.
ठीक है, it must be better now. ठीक है. If any time it cracks, let me just know ताकि I can come in again.
Yeah.
Yes, Bhanu, you had a question?
About the voice crack, I think it's resolved now.
ठीक है, cool. All right. Moving on to the third question, Ronisha scores 100, Yash. We move on with the next question on your screen now. I want you to connect all of these to a particular person. I'll give you a hint here. This is a list of Wimbledon tennis tournament finalists. What is the other thing they have in common?
Arnav, it's happening again. Is not even.
Okay, is it better now? Am I audible?
Yeah. Now it got better.
All right, Bhanu has gone for this one. Bhanu, what's your answer?
The opponent was Roger Federer.
Is that a final answer?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're audible. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, the opponent was indeed Roger Federer, and that gives you a plus 100 on this one. A plus 100 to Bhanu. That is the common thing that I was looking for, and he gets it right with this answer. Yes, a plus 100 to Bhanu here. All right. Moving on to the next question without any further delay. On your screens now, identify this opening batter of Team India women's team. Ronisha has gone for this one. Ronisha, what's your answer?
Is this Shefali Verma?
It is indeed Shefali Verma. That gives you a plus 100 on this
Hello.
question. A plus 100, Ronisha.
Yeah, you're audible.
Is this
She
Shefali
said,
Verma?
Yes, it is Shefali Verma, Ronisha.
Hello.
All right. Hello.
yeah, we could hear you.
Yash,
It's the correct answer. Yeah.
it is indeed Shefali Verma if Ronisha has answered that correctly. I heard Shefali Verma.
Yeah, I told Shefali Verma.
Perfect then. That's the correct answer. Yash, she gets a plus 100 on this one.
Yeah.
All right. The answer I was looking for was Shefali Verma indeed, and Ronisha scores a plus 100 here. Moving on with the next question. On your screens, let me just clear the buzzer. On your screen now. One of the oldest wrestling competition in the world is held in Turkey in June every year. People covering in dash try to wrestle each other to the ground. The festival has also become popular in Netherlands and Japan. In the type of wrestling, it gets very difficult to get a hold on the opponent. What is the reason behind it? A very good question here. If you can crack it, it should be easy one to crack. Looking at the second last line there, that's a huge, huge hint. Okay, Ronisha has gone for it. Ronisha, what's your answer?
I'll guess the item would be oil, and that's the reason they are unable to hold their opponent because if you apply oil, it will basically slip from your hand.
That's a very good answer here. Oil is indeed the correct answer I was looking for, and Ronisha gets a plus 100. Good crack. Being very careful with the hint there. Oil is the correct answer I was looking for. A good answer by Ronisha. We move on with the next question on the buzzer. I think Ronisha, you have disconnected. Try rejoining on buzzer.
Okay, sure.
All right. We wait for Ronisha to rejoin. Till then, we can move on with the next question coming up on the screen. Now, 1960 Summer Olympics held at Rome was the second Olympic of the flying sick. He set 400-meter national record of 46.4 seconds that stood for nearly 40 years. It was a proud moment for the country. But something happened that was extremely painful to bear. He himself recalls that day as the biggest mistake of his life and said that he could not forgive himself. Even though he broke the national record, why did he consider that case as a mistake? I want you to be very, very specific here. Press the buzzer if you know the answer. A small drift would also give you 500 points. So make sure you're answering this one. 5 seconds, ticking away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This question being a bit difficult for the participants. Either ways, here's the answer. Even though he set a national record, he lost the bronze medal by 0.1 seconds because he had slowed down. He had slowed down unconsciously and he had missed the bronze medal by 0.1 second, even though he set the national record for India. So that was the drift I was looking at. The question based on Flying Sikh or Milkha Singh that many of us refer to. All right. If everyone is ready, we have the next question ready for you guys on the buzzer. Now, identify the two ladies shown in the image. Ronisha has gone in a flash. What's her answer? I want the names very specifically.
Uh, I don't know the names. I would have gone for the movie Santyak, but I don't know the name of the ladies.
Yash, a negative 100 here. Ronisha acting on her instincts, but not letting me complete the answer. The question has collapsed, no double answering. The answer I was looking for was Chandru Tomar and Prakashi Tomar, one of which died recently, and that was in the news everywhere. We have less than 10 seconds or 10 minutes on the meeting, so we'll cover a few more questions before we ask you to rejoin. Ronisha missing out on 100 there. Yash, please make a note of it. All right. We are ready to move on to the next question. Now, I want you to give me a very specific answer to this one. Look at the image very carefully. This is a particular thing that is mostly seen in the Gulf or Arab countries. What could this be? Look very closely, pretty visible. 5 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The buzzer is now closed for answers, and you would be kicking yourself after looking at this image because the answer was pretty evident with the helmet. The answer I was looking for is robotic jockeys. Robotic jockeys is a new thing nowadays since uh, Arab countries have now banned children being as the jockeys for camel racing that is widely popular in the Arab countries. Now they have come up with robotic jockeys that act as jockeys and are robotic. So if there is any accident, there's no loss of life or human injury. All right, perfect. We move on with the next question with no one answering this particular one. The next question on the screen now. The term X, which owes its origin to Old French, was the name popularly given to chivalrous competitions or mock fights of the Middle Ages and Renaissance. What X that has been adopted in the world of sport? A very popular term used nowadays in different spheres of sports as a competition or mock fights as earlier known. I want you to give a very particular term. 5 seconds on the clock. 5. Okay, Aniket has gone for it.
Is it Derby?
You'll be close. If you listen to the answer shown in the next slide, you would be close, but not the exact answer. The answer I was looking for was tournament. Tournament would have given you this particular question, but you're missing out on 100 and you're losing 100. Yash Anigates gets a minus 100 on this one for answering Derby, where the answer was tournament. All right, we have the next question coming up on the screen now. I want you to identify the person tweeting and the person being referred here. looking very carefully at the tweet by a very famous personality known to everybody in the cricketing world, who thanking whom for failing to connect one of the balls and thereby keeping his 13-year-old record intact. A very commonly known occurrence that has happened, and this particular person tweeted in 2020 as well. I give you a hint. It was during an IPL match that this person had tweeted. Bhanu has gone for it.
It's 5 sixes of Rahul Tewatia during IPL match, and I
And
think the
who's the
person
person?
who tweeted is Yuvraj Singh.
A perfect answer. Yes, indeed. Yuvraj Singh had tweeted about Rahul Tewatia right after the 5 sixes that he missed out one ball and he kept his record intact. And this was absolutely correctly answered by Bhanu, getting a plus 100 on this particular question. All right, we move on with the next question. Now, I want you to read this particular question very carefully before answering. Recently, a sportster showcased her protest against a major issue of discrimination prevailing in a country for years by emboldenizing her protective guard with these names. She used these names in a sequential manner, one in each round. Okay, Ronisha has gone for it.
I'll say this is Naomi Osaka, who was uh, who wore the names of these persons on her girt during the tennis matches. So basically, it was against the discrimination on the black.
Perfectly answered here. Naomi Osaka was the correct answer I was looking for. That happened in US Open 2020. Ronisha getting a plus 100 here. We will have the score check now. It will be a verbal one by Yash, and we can get the scores ready. Yash, if you could quickly go over the scores, that'd be helpful for everybody.
Yeah. So Argota is leading. Just for a second, this last question was answered by anyone?
Ronisha.
Oh, okay. I've just updated. I haven't just updated that. So yeah, Architect is at 100 points. Aniket is at minus 100. Ronisha is at 300. Bhanu is at 200, and Samrit is at 0. So yeah, that's it.
All right, perfect. We can move on to the next question on your screen and on the buzzer now. Read the question very carefully at your own pace and press the buzzer accordingly. I want a very specific answer again. Make sure you're answering it correctly. It's a very commonly known thing that you see before a particular thing. Again, I can't give you more hints, so make sure you're cracking this one. Okay, Ronisha has gone for it. What's your answer?
Lighting of the Olympic flame before the Olympics actually begin.
Perfect. This is the correct answer. A good crack, a very good crack. The Olympic flame gives you a plus 100 here, and this takes you to the lead as well. A good question, a good answer. We move on with the next question on your screen now. Identify this personality. Oh, again, Ronisha has gone for it in a flash. What's your answer?
This is Neeraj Chopra from his days when he was a Subedar in Rajputana Rifles.
Perfect. A perfect answer doesn't exist, and Ronisha has given just that. A plus 100 to Ronisha for this one. Neeraj Chopra is the answer I was looking for. And we move on with the next question now. Identify this person. Bhanu has gone for it.
Is it Iga Swiatek? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Iga Swiatek.
Is that the final answer?
Yeah.
A minus 100 here. to Bhanu Yash, a -100. The correct answer I was looking for is Mirka Federer, who is the wife of Roger Federer. And she retired long back. She hasn't retired it officially, but she couldn't play any further. But whenever she played, this is one of the pictures from there. Mirka Federer is the answer I was looking for, Roger Federer's wife. All right, we move on with the next question. On your screen and on the buzzer, now, identify this incident. A very, very famous incident. Bhanu has gone for it again. I want two people involved here and what the incident is all about. It's pretty visible. The incident is pretty visible. I want the two people involved.
Are the colors indicative?
Yes.
Colors are indicative.
It's, of course, a football field. I give you that. Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Zidane and Matrezi.
And what's the incident all about?
Headbutt. Zidane headbutted Matrezi.
You got the incident right, pretty visible, but not the people involved.
People.
The answer is Pepe headbutting Thomas Muller. The colors were indicative, and it happened in Brazil during the World Cup in 2014. And that led to a lot of things as well, a lot of controversies. All right, we move on with the next question. Bhanu missing out gets a -100 here, and we move on with the next question on your screen now. 75% of Indian market is met by the production in Ulubera, West Bengal. This cottage industry cluster has 150 units and an annual production capacity of 7.5 million. Oh, Ranusha has gone for it.
I'll say this is the feathers which are used in making that cork. So the one with which you play the badminton, the cork.
Amazing quizzing here. The answer I was looking for is indeed shuttlecock, and that gives Ronisha a +100. If I had an opportunity to give a +200, I would have given that for this particular question. But a +100 for now. Ronisha getting a +100, Yash, and we move on with the next question. Now, I want you to identify which sports World Cup is this. Oh, Bhanu has gone for it. Some redemption here.
Rugby.
Rugby is the correct answer. A +100 to Bhanu. A +100. Rugby is indeed the correct answer I was looking for. All right. Moving on with the next question, a high speed quiz right here. The next question on your screen now. Which sports equipment has the following diagrams or shapes? Belly, flat, concave, V, channel, or hull, triplane hull, hydro hull. The last one giving you a lot of clues. 5 seconds on the clock, can't give you more than that for this particular question. Hydro hull is what I can say. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Hold
and
on, it's showing the buzzer is locked.
I'm so sorry. 5 additional seconds. Oh, Bhanu has gone for it. Bhanu, what's your answer?
Is it a surfboard?
It is indeed the surfboard. That's the correct answer I was looking for. I'm so sorry for the buzzer lock. I didn't know the buzzer was locked. Thank you so much for informing. But Bhanu clicked the buzzer first after the buzzer was open. That gives him a +100 here. I think Bhanu is making somewhat of a comeback after losing those -200. He gets a +200 now. Bhanu gets a +100 for this question. We move on with the next question on your screen now. Versions of which game? 20-1 around the world, cricket, fives, half it, killer, Shanghai, Ranger. What are these versions of which game? I want a very specific answer. 5 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is the penultimate question, and no one is going for the buzzer. Penultimate question goes unanswered. The answer I was looking for is darts. Darts is what I was looking for. All the versions of that particular game shown on the screen in the question. The last question, but just before that, I want to know the score line. Yash, if you could quickly tell me the score, that would be great.
Okay, so Ronisha is of course leading with 600 points. The next is just Akudipta and Banu, both are at 100. Samrit is at 0 and Aniket is at minus 100.
All right, I see it's a battle between for the second place.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, Bhanu, you're trying to say something.
I think I'm at 200. Can you just recheck it again?
I guess you answered 2 questions and then did you wrongly answer 2 and then you again answered 1 question?
I think I answered 2 questions. Can you just check it? I'm writing the scores down as well.
You had answered 2 incorrectly and then you got 2 correctly, correct?
Yeah,
That
rugby and
nullifies.
softball.
That you got it
Oh,
correct.
okay. Oh, okay. I guess after you answered 2 wrong, I've added only 100. I guess I missed once, so I guess that.
All right, all right. Could you, Yash, could you just quickly tell me the positions then? Ronisha is leading. Bhanu is second.
600, then Bhanu 200, Arkudipta at 100, Samrit 0, Ankit minus 100.
All right, it's still a battle for the second place. As I was saying earlier, Bhanu is currently positioned at second place with Arkudipta right behind him, and Ronisha has already won the quiz, so congratulations. Let's see if she goes and answers and settles the positions for the next particular question and spoils the game. But I would love a tiebreaker here, so it's up to her. No pressure. All right, we have the next question on the screen for Bhanu and Arkudipta typically. Now, in Japan, avid golfers buy insurance to protect themselves on the course. However, it's not that what you are thinking of. They purchase it because of something else. Bhanu has gone for it. A very, very intriguing and interesting question. What's your answer?
It's an insurance for hole-in-one, which is when they get the shot at
I
one.
think you have won the second place comfortably. Yes, the answer I was looking for is hole-in-one insurance. It's a very interesting question here. And I was amazed looking at this. If you get a hole-in-one, the insurance covers the party costs that you give to your friends, the gifts you buy, and so on, up to around $3,000 for a cheap price of 65 per year. That's a very fair deal if you're an avid golfer in Japan and other countries that follow this. The answer I was looking for is hole in one, and the answer you can read it at your own pace. That brings us to the end of this particular quiz, but I have a bonus question for you guys. If you answer the bonus question correctly, you get Spotify Premium for 10 days starting today. All right. The bonus question is basically the tiebreaker question that I kept it very safely if there was a tiebreaker, but now that is open for a Spotify Premium if you win. 10 days Spotify Premium is the prize straight to you. It doesn't matter where you are on the leaderboard, it's open for everybody. On the buzzer now. Okay, Bhanu, wait for a second. I'll clear the buzzer. Okay. In soccer or European football, a player is dashed when Aniket has gone for it. Spotify
Is it
Premium.
nothing?
All right. Nutmeg is the correct answer I was looking for. Pretty simple,
But
pretty
yeah, I have
straightforward.
spotted a premium.
All right, you're walking away with something, even if it's
Yeah.
not the 1500 rupees that was promised. No worries, you get a Spotify Premium. You can DM me on Discord and I'll send you the details right away. Starting today, you get it for 10 days up till 10th October. All right.
Funny
Great
because I
job.
already premium.
You can gift it to someone in the quiz itself, or you can send me the details of someone who'd like a 10-day Spotify Premium,
Sure.
right? All right, perfect. That brings us to the end of today's quiz. Thank you so much for joining in, everybody. and we have a great quiz here. The next quiz will be the final quiz of this season, which determines the leaderboard as well. All of you will find yourselves in the leaderboard in some form. That will be updated shortly after today's quiz. You'll receive the top 8 receive certificates. The top 3 receive the cash prize in the form of BLC.